Peabody lines up with trips to the wide side of the field, 3 receivers in that package. And one wide receiver over on the right is Dokes. Back to pass is Miller. Miller's cut loose. Ooh. And is he going to throw the ball out of bounds? He does.
Number 38, Logan Diebold, the senior, rocks the world of Najawan Miller. He hung in there and threw that ball, but took one under the chin.
And so Miller took a pretty good shot on that play as he scrambled out of the pocket, reversed his field, came back to the left side, and at the end of that play took a pretty good shot.
Najawan knew he was going to take a shot there. That tells you a lot about this young man. He stood there and took the blow and tried to complete that pass.
Fourth down and 11 with 12.9 seconds to go. Peabody has the ball at the 41-yard line. And J.T. Haynes came in motion, and we were just trying to slip a little sweep in on them here at the end of the half, and that carries the clock down to 10 seconds, and Huntingdon will take over 1st and 10.
Number 81, Jacob Blake, a junior for Huntingdon, has made some plays tonight. He's also rushed the quarterback quite a few times. He is a big factor on this Huntingdon defense.
So Huntington's got time for 1, maybe 2 plays, depending on what they want to do, whether they throw the ball or run the ball. They've shown an ability to throw the ball deep, but you would have to hope that Peabody is guarding against a deep throw right here. Warburton rolls out. And the ball was nearly intercepted by Tay Nesbitt.
Flag on the play on the far side.
Number 29, Jacob Warburton. Number 11, Jane Hitter. Ball is incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
4.2 seconds to go until halftime. I need to brush up on my signal calls from the officials, as I'm not sure what that signal represents.
I think it means that Huntingdon is going to go backwards.
Pretty good interpretation, Joey. The Huntingdon,
that's my professional
Huntingdon
opinion.
is going to be penalized 5 yards on the play. An illegal shift is the call, and appreciate Guy Maxwell helping us understand that. Illegal shift, the call on the Huntingdon Mustangs, as they had 2 men shifting in motion on that play. 29 rolls out again, and he's going to try to throw the ball deep, get up and look for the football, and 14 came back forward, and he nearly made a catch. And so Dokes was there to break it up, and that's going to bring an end to the first half. Excellent football game here, Joey, from Paul Ward Stadium in Huntingdon High School at Huntingdon, Tennessee, as Peabody has the lead against a very good football team from Huntingdon, 17-14. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the halftime interview, Joey, as you get down and talk to Coach Gaddis. Give him your lucky 4-leaf clover, and let's pull this one out as we go to a break, and you're watching the ball game Blitz on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA number 1 in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Dale's Recycling has 3 locations, Milan, McKenzie, and Jackson, and is one of the largest recycling centers in West Tennessee. Their recycling is environmentally friendly, and they recycle most metals, radiators, batteries, and much more. Besides recycling, Dales also buys and sells used farm equipment, industrial equipment, and military surplus. For more information about what they recycle or their inventory, go to dales-recycling.com or call their Milan number at 731-686-2500. Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
2, all of the Mountain King, Habanero. Cheers Gunmakers of Second Flame, and Mary Ashton Westbrook. Band Director, Jill Ward Hart, Assistant Band Director, Roy Anderson. Please help cheer the HHS Marching Mustangs over the field.
Coach Joe Gaddis at the halftime of the Peabody-Huntingdon game. Kind of like a prize fight. We have traded punches with a good team and come out on top so far. What do we have to do the second half?
Well, we've got to continue to play relentless defense and not let them control the clock. That's what they're going to try to do, and they're going to play smash mouth for 24 minutes. That's all they know how to do. We've got to make sure we play our responsibilities, play fundamental football on defense, tackle, play our gap responsibilities. Offensively, we need badly to score on this possession and go back up by 10 points. They got a little momentum right there at the end of the half. We got to take it back away from them, and this is going to be a whale of a ball game. It's a tough, hard-nosed game for people who like old-fashioned smash mouth stuff. This is your cup of tea, I'm sure. We need to get out of here with a win. We came close last week. Coming close is not good enough.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Need a shirt or sign and don't know what to do? Call 855-1812. Having trouble finding school polos and jackets or even your high school fan wear? Then go to Bell Shirt and Sign Company, located right beside Peabody High School in Trenton, Tennessee. Come check out their showroom full of high school fan wear. They even carry school-approved apparel from youth sizes, junior sizes, women's and men's sizes, with some styles and colors available up to 6XL. Need a shirt or sign and don't know what to do? Call 855-1812.
At Raspberry Tire, we can help you with brakes, transmission flushes, interstate battery replacement, all types of suspension repairs, and alignments. We carry several major oil brands and tire brands, including Firestone and Bridgestone. Our service center can balance both passenger car tires and semi-truck tires, and fill your tires with nitrogen. With 30 years of towing experience, we can haul small, compact cars to semi-trucks, and we are the only wrecker service in Gibson County with heavy-duty towing and recovery services. Come visit us at 2216 Highway 45 Bypass, Trenton.
So we're back for the start of the second half between the Golden Tide and the Mustangs of Huntingdon. Both teams have completed their warm-ups here for the second half as we get ready to start our play. Peabody's winning this contest 17-14. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments these teams have made at halftime. Usually in a game where teams are pretty evenly matched, and the way it looks to me, we've got a dead draw when it comes to these teams matching up one another. It's going to be the team that makes the fewest mistakes who will win this contest. And I think that's pretty evident the first half, as Huntingdon made more mistakes in the first half than Peabody did. It'll be interesting to talk to Joey in a minute as he makes his way back up to the broadcast booth after his interview with Joe Gaddis at halftime. See if there were any adjustments or any things that Joe noticed for us as we get ready to start. Peabody will be receiving the kickoff here in the second half. Back deep is number 22, Tavarian Barnett, and number 8, Malik Dokes. And here's the kickoff. And it looks like we're going to have an opportunity to return this football. And it goes right through the hands of Tavarian. And the ball is going to be dead right there as it made its way back into the end zone for a touchback. And so that was an opportunity for Tavarian to show off his speed. And perhaps he was looking forward to it a little too much as the ball went right through his hands and wound up a touchback in the end zone. So Peabody takes over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line here to start the third quarter of play. Our third quarter is being sponsored by Edward Jones, and Eric Allen is the local investor our financial advisor in Trenton, 107 North Court Square in Trenton. Be sure and call them for all of your financing needs. And the first play from the line of scrimmage is a pass from Najuan Miller out to Gatlin, and the ball was thrown just a little bit high. So Peabody comes out firing this second half.
Calling at halftime, as I spoke to the coach, he emphasized once again for the second game in a row the importance of this drive for Peabody to take it down the field and score, and to demonstrate that they are still in control of this game.
2nd and 10 for Peabody. No time is gone off the clock. Miller breaks free, and he's going to be tackled for a gain of about 3 on the play, and we haven't had the game clock yet to function yet.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I assume they're keeping it on the field or in the box, or this is going to be a long night.
Third down and 7 for the Golden Tide on the first possession of the second half. They're winning this contest 17-14. And Peabody is going to call a timeout right here in the opening drive of the second half, as we're going to stay with it right here. 3rd down and 7, as offense is not set exactly the way they wanted it to be. As Joey, you mentioned, this is an awfully important drive coming out of halftime.
Coach really emphasizes this, and you understand really in any football game, first few minutes in that second half, as Peabody takes this, turn this ball over on downs here, you know what Huntington's going to do. They're going to grind out the clock and the yardage, and it's going to be tough to stop. Plus, what we saw toward the end of that first half, and that is a fatigue factor, not only on Peabody side, but also on Huntington. These young men are well conditioned, but they are getting tired. Just a little bit humid tonight. Saw as I walked back to the box here that there were some Huntington players who were getting some treatment for cramps as they came out of the locker room.
So 3rd and 7 as we come out of the timeout. And Peabody needs to convert right here to stay on offense. Keep that ball away from a Huntington offense that's hard to stop. Pressure being brought against Miller. There's a pass, and it's going to be over the head of Bogus. And so Peabody's going to be forced to punt 3 and out on the first drive of the second half.
Linebackers just pinning their ears back and coming on both sides that time. Really difficult for Najuan to get a good pass off.
Drew Sanders in to punt for the Golden Tide. There's the snap and the kick. End over end kick. And kicks it away from Hilliard. And the ball is going to be down at about the 45-yard line, as Huntington has good field position to start their opening drive of the second half.
Not a long punt, but an effective punt in the sense that we do not want the ball to go to number 11. He has proven tonight already that he is a dangerous runner. And if we can keep it out of his hands, we're better off.
So only 3 seconds has gone off the clock here in the second half. It looks like they missed the first several plays, and I don't know if they're having trouble out of the clock or what. But there's Warburton back to pass on the play, and he's going to throw the ball out incomplete to number 23. And so obviously they're having a little trouble out of the game clock, and we hope that back judge is keeping the accurate clock on the field.
And we see that both offenses right now are kind of out of sync, not quite back in the form that they were in the first half.
I'm not trying to make excuses for either of these teams, but Joey, you and I talked at halftime. They both are tired. Both games that they had last week were hard-fought contests. Tonight it's a little more humid than what it was last week, and so we think they're both just a little bit tired. There's Hilliard on the play, and he's going to have almost enough for a first down. Ray Buchanan comes up and makes the tackle.
You know, we did what we wanted to do basically on that play. We turned him back on the inside. Linebacker came across, made the tackle, but still, you know, he gains close to 8 yards on the play.
Third and 2. As Huntingdon has the football at the Golden Tide, 46.5-yard line. There's Warburton running the football. He trips coming through the hole, but he gets enough for a first down. As Dre Ballou in on the tackle for the Golden Tide. Actually, Warburton kind of tripped himself on that play, Joey.
Warburton continues to be used over and over again. Not sure how many rushes he has so far in the game, but just a little over halfway through the game, he is definitely the leading rusher on this Huntington team.
1st and 10, Huntington from Peabody's 44-yard line. Warburton on the snap, and he's going to be met by several defenders from the Golden Tide and going to have a gain maybe a half a yard on the play. Hayden Whitby, number 67, in on the tackle.
Defensive line doing a good job there. Hayden Whitby, an anchor really of that defensive line, continues to hang tough and make a large number of tackles as he comes in. Grabs a hold of this very elusive quarterback.
Second and 9 for Huntington. Warburton takes the snap, and he's going to be met right there by several defenders from Peabody. Hodges was there on the tackle, along with number 9, Aaron Lowry, and it looked like Ty Fields was also there on the tackle.
Warburton slow to get back to the huddle again. Yeah, I just wonder, how can a young man that small a frame continually take this much punishment? But he does. Each time he limps back to the huddle, and he calls his own number again.
Gain of about 3 on the play. Should bring up third down and about 6. So this is a big play right here for the Golden Tide. Let's see if they can get a loss or get a turnover on the play. Levin Hilliard carries the ball, and that's Dre Ballou making the tackle on Hilliard.
It's going to be close.
After a sizable gain, it's going to be awfully close to a first down.
I think it's going to be a little short, perhaps.
Officials are going to bring the chains over and make a measurement right here.
You have to believe, Paul, that even if they are short, they'll probably go for this. They've had no trouble gaining yards on virtually every play.
Peabody will have a well-deserved week off next week as they have an open date. And they need an open date after the first 2 games of the year.
They really do. As you talked about earlier, before the game, 2 of the hardest opponents that you can schedule, not only in West Tennessee, but all of Tennessee.
Ball's about 3 or 4 inches short, it looks like, where they marked the chain. And so Huntington's going to have it 4th and inches.
Brings up a 4th down.
So Peabody needs penetration right here, and let's hope that there's a turnover. It's hard to stop them for a short gain unless we get penetration in the backfield.
You know, first half we had some of those turnovers. We're looking for some of those here.
And, of course, the reason we haven't seen the penetration in the backfield like we did last week against Milan is that Huntington has no splits. They are toe-to-toe up there on that front offensive line, and it allows virtually no penetration. Warburton is under center, and he's going to have enough after a good push by the center and right guard and left guard, and it's going to be first down on the play.
Warburton more push that time to the first down than he really runs to the first down. But either way, 1st and 10, Huntington.
First and 10 for the Mustangs from the 30-yard line of Peabody. Little inside reverse there, and fumbles, ball's on the ground, and let's see if Peabody can come up with it. They knocked the ball out, but 23, as soon as he dropped it, he got back on it. As several members of the Golden Tide were going after that football. And so, Joey, that was an opportunity for us to come up with it right there.
Well, you have to take every advantage that you have, opportunity that you have. Just good hustle on the part of Peabody, just couldn't quite get there. Paul, I'm just amazed by this Huntington offense as they look like a early 1900s Notre Dame team.
2nd and 5, Hilliard on the run, and he's going to be tackled by Dre Ballou, number 21, but he was tripped up before he got to Dre by number 27, Ray Buchanan.
It's like Dre Ballou may have hurt himself on that play.
Gain of about 2.5 on the play, Joey. Excuse me if you're interrupting.
He holding his right hand and made a good tackle. Coach used the word smash mouth at halftime. That's exactly what we see here.
3rd down and 2 for Huntington. There's Warburton, and there's going to be a hold against Huntington. Knocked out of bounds by Ballou.
Well, I have to admit, I've seen some holds.
No, the play looks like it's going to be a call against Peabody. What is the call? A chop block on the defense. And
behind the line of scrimmage. Now explain that to me.
Evidently, they called one of the defenders from Peabody kind of submarining, going to the knees or going into the knees. That's more of a call you see a lot of times on the offense against the team, and rarely do you see that a call against defense, but that time it goes against Peabody.
Comes at a critical time for Peabody as you have 3rd and short here. With the penalty, Huntington will have a first down inside the 10-yard line of Peabody.
And so the penalty was marked off half the distance from the spot of the foul at the 14-yard line, carries the ball all the way down to the 7.
Coaches of Peabody are not happy whatsoever. They're going to look closely on the film at that. That was an extremely costly penalty at this point in the game.
1st and goal for Huntington. Warburton carries the ball. He dances his way down to about the 2-yard line.
Just a tired Peabody defense at this point.
So Peabody's going to have a surge of energy from somewhere, or Huntington's just going to wear them down this second half. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Warburton at quarterback, and he's going to take it in for a score. And Huntington retakes the lead 20-17 with 5:41 to go here in the 3rd period. Sponsored by Eric Allen and the folks at Edward Jones, 107 North Court Square in Trenton. Huntington lines up to try to point after touch. And the kick is good. And running into the kicker is going to be called against Peabody.
The kicker, number 36, slow to get up after that play.
And so they take extra measures to protect that kicker as we ran into him there. And so you'd have to think on the kickoff that's going to be a penalty marked off. So with 5:41 to play, Huntingdon retakes the lead 21-17. You're watching the very best high school football in West Tennessee right here on the Ball Game Blitz. E+6 in Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
If you subscribe to the crazy notion that the financial goals of a lifetime deserve more than a 10-minute chat,
if you believe your financial advisor should listen as much as he speaks,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference. Join us. At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
So, you're just about to treat your kids to ice cream when you get a Regions mobile banking text alert that your checking account is on empty. Bummer. Then you realize you can transfer funds and cover it before you get mauled by a pack of 5-year-olds. Unbummer. Let's say you're a typical American. You pay your bills, you try to save and manage debt, but now let's say you sat down with a Regions banker to review your savings and debt and rebalance your balance sheet. You'll feel more confident and more balanced. Nice.
Rocky Top Barbecue, located at 414 East Eaton Street, allows you to eat in, carry out, or call in. Crowd favorites include loaded baked potato or tater, hamburgers and hamburger steaks, barbecue nachos, and of course, pulled pork barbecue. For your next party, get the shoulder pack, 17 to 20 pounds of shoulder, a gallon of baked beans, a quart of slaw, a quart of barbecue sauce, and 2 packs of buns for only $89.99. So come visit or call Rocky Top Barbecue at 855-0122.
So Peabody set to receive this kickoff after Huntingdon assumes the lead 21-17, on a touchdown run by Jacob Warbritton, the quarterback for Huntingdon. 5-yard penalty assessed against Peabody as they ran into the kicker on the point after touch. Seth Fields kicking off for the Huntingdon Mustangs. He's put it in the end zone nearly all night. And so this 5-yard penalty certainly is in his favor as he's liable to make a field goal from this distance. Back to receive the kickoff for the Golden Tide, number 22, Travarian Barnett. And that's number 89 for the Golden Tide. Don't believe I've seen him back receiving kicks for the Golden Tide. That's number 89, Jared Penn, a 5'9", 138-pound sophomore. Must be a speedster.
Well, we've been able to move the ball pretty much every series. But you have a tired team here, really 2 tired teams, but this is where character kicks in.
1st and 10 for Peabody. We have a change at quarterback. Number 3, Braxton Bogus is in at the quarterback position. Joining him in the backfield is number 22, number 22, Travarian Barnett. Barnett's loose. He's running down the sideline. He's still on his feet. And Travarian's liable to take this thing all the way in. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10, 15, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. Touchdown! Peabody. Travarian Barnett drives a dagger in their heart.
Well, Paul, you said that Peabody needed a shot of adrenaline, and that's exactly what Travarian Barnett gave them right there with that incredible run for a touchdown.
Looked like he was tackled a couple of times, but he kept turning. His feet kept motoring, And Joey, that's what we've been waiting for. We've been looking for it, and Travarian showed his speed right there. He outlasted the entire Huntingdon defense, and as soon as Huntingdon gets the lead, Peabody comes back, and on a first play from the line of scrimmage, they take it 80 yards. Drew Sanders in for the point after touch, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And so Peabody's back out front, 24-21, as the Golden Tide assumes the lead on the heels of an 80-yard touchdown run by senior Travarian Barnett. We're going to take time out as you're watching the best high school football from the heart of West Tennessee on the ball game Blitz. E+6 in Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Okay, I want to invite you to come join us here at Food Right, where we specialize in our meat department, our produce department, our bakery deli department, offer Western Union to send or receive your money. Our butchers in our meat department have over 75 to 80 years experience by cutting beef. We have freshness everywhere we go in our produce department. We just stock that produce every day with fresh vegetables and fruits. Come join us at Food Right. Thank you.